Hello there. Right, we've had our countdown. It's the top of the hour, and it is indeed Saturday evening. No, it's not. It's not Saturday. Usually I'm broadcasting at the weekend. I'm getting all kerfuffled. My name's Leonard Sultana. I go out on An Englishman in San Diego doing a live show on a Wednesday and a Sunday, which is what you would usually expect to see on the YouTube channel, which if you're watching on that. But if you're watching on the Tripwire Facebook and also on Joel Meadows Facebook as well, this is something a little bit special. It's something that's been a long time coming, and thankfully it's now here. It is the Tripwire Awards 2020. It's something I've been honored to be a part of as part of the creation team, putting together the nominations and then also organizing this as well. It's our live online awards presentation. We're going to tell you more about the awards, but I think it's first only fair that I introduce my co-host for this particular endeavor. It's time to welcome Joel Meadows to the screen. Hello, Joel. How are you, sir? Oh,
hopefully
there you go. Try again. There you go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Tripwire Awards 2020. I'm Tripwire Editor-in-Chief Joel Meadows, and with me virtually is Tripwire's contributing writer and our man in the north, Leonard Sultana. Originally, it was intended that these would have been announced at the Portsmouth Comic Con this year, but that show was put back to next year, sadly. We had hundreds of people voting in this, so we decided we'd move it online for this year. Thanks to everyone who supported us with this since the beginning of this year, including everyone who's voted, and we shall get started. We'd like to dedicate this ceremony to comics legend Denny O'Neil, who sadly died last week. Back to Leonard.
Well, you see, you beat me to it. Yes, now, at this point, just to explain, that did sound a little bit pre-recorded, pre-rehearsed. That is because Joel has got himself a nice little script. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. But hopefully we're going to be a little bit more relaxed and free as we go throughout the course of the evening, because it is a celebration of comics after all. I've got my glass of...
I've got my glass of
bubbly. You've got your vodka. I've got something a little bit bubbly. And we'll, yes, it's going to be something very exciting with the awards. Like Joel said, it is a case of bringing the best of talent from across the globe to light. It's our way of spotlighting the best of the last 12 and the rest months. Obviously, with the way that the world has developed over the last 12 months, it was going to be something that we had to celebrate. We wanted to honor not only the work of 2019 and 2020, but also those hundreds of awards, those nominations and votes that came in for those particular categories. Right, so let's dive straight into it then. We have ourselves these categories, and I suppose a bit of an introduction first. Launched in 2019, the Tripwire Awards were created to be an annual showcase of the very best in comic talent in publishing in the UK and abroad. Joel, I mean, if you could just explain what was the motivation really to put the Tripwire Awards together?
Of course. I mean, Tripwire's existed, started as a magazine back in 1992. We switched to a website in 2015, and we wanted to put something back into the industry. You know, everyone's been incredibly kind with their time and very generous with their time over the last few years, and we just thought it's time to celebrate the talent that's out there in its various forms, whether they're writers, artists, letterers, editors, publishers, the websites and the magazines that cover them. We just thought it was time for us to commemorate that and to say, look, these people are out there, they're putting some amazing work out there, and we just wanted to celebrate that.
Absolutely. Now, originally scheduled to be held at the 2020 Portsmouth Comic Con, it was decided to keep the year's award ceremony running to honor the creative talents being recognized. I mean, just to kind of talk about Portsmouth Comic Con, this was a show that was going to take place in May. And it is something that you've been heavily involved in terms of curating the guests and basically putting the comics very much front and center of that particular event. We want to certainly show appreciation to Portsmouth Comic Con for hosting Tripwire Awards last year, and it's just a shame that we weren't able to do that this year. I mean, the whole idea with Portsmouth Comic Con, I mean, you must be absolutely gutted that it's not going ahead this year.
Well, it is very sad, but you know, as you say, the world is in a very strange place at the moment, and it was originally going to be May. They put it back to August, and now they put it back to next year. But it was just too much of a risk. You know, nobody knows what's going to happen in August, whether it's going to be safe, you know, for large crowds to gather. So it makes perfect sense. I mean, it's very sad. We've been planning for months, done a lot of prep work for this, but it makes perfect sense for them to pull it. Sadly, it's a real shame, you know. But it's just sometimes you just have to be pragmatic.
Absolutely. We are going to mention about Portsmouth in a second or two in terms of the next year's event. But first, I think it's only fair that we let you know who's put together these awards in terms of the categories and also the creating of the actual nominee lists. And it is a very, I wouldn't say diverse list. It's something that we're going to, I think we've talked about this offline, that we're going to try our best to expand the judge panel next year and bring in some new voices and certainly some diverse voices.
I mean, the thing to people to remember is that this is evolving. You know, it's only the second year that we've done it, so we're still quite a young awards.
Sure.
And we're learning each year, and we're trying to do things differently. So we want extra people on board next year. As you say, we want some new voices and some new eyes out there to make the nominations more interesting and more varied, and, as you say, more diverse. So, you know, that's going to be the plan for 2021. So yeah, we're constantly learning.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, the judges, just to give you an update, and I know that at least one of them is watching at the moment live. Joel Meadows, of course. We've got Ollie McNamee, he's the editor-in-chief of the Comic Con. Do check that website out for all the latest in comic and pop culture news, as indeed my own effort as well, but we'll get into that in a second. Tim Cundall, who is the creator of the Mass Movement blog,
which covers music as well as comics. He does a wonderful job.
Absolutely. And for myself, I am the editor-in-chief of the Convention Collective, as well as doing an Englishman in San Diego. I also run this site, which is at the moment predominantly about pop culture. So it's comic reviews, some live action reviews as well. But we also cover convention news, including, for example, the latest updates on New York Comic Con and the now sadly cancelled Star Wars celebration.
That's a shame.
Which indeed. Yeah, Portsmouth Comic Con returns next May, and we'll be bringing Tripwire Awards 2021 next year. Do we have the dates for next year's event?
Off the top of my head, it's normally the first weekend in May. So apologies if people search for Portsmouth Comic Con online. It will have next year's dates. As I said, it's normally the first weekend in May. So I'm pretty sure it's the same. So
fair enough.
Even before we know it, I mean, you know, it's as you say, it's a strange time at the moment. Yeah.
Excellent. Right. I think it's only fair then we just dive straight in. I mean, I like to say I've got my glass of bubbly. Let's take our first slurp as we bring our first category up.
Yes.
It is Best Writer. I can't remember who was going to go first. Is it yourself, Joel?
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm quite happy to go first.
Go for it. It's all yours.
So these are the nominations for the Tripwire Awards 2020 Best Writer. The first nomination is Grant Morrison, Ram V, Kieran Gillen, Kelly Thompson, and Al Ewing. A fantastic lineup of nominated, talented, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, certainly the books that they've been bringing out over the last 12 months. I mean, Kieran with Die for Image Comics and Once from Future for Boom. Kelly has done an incredible job on Captain Marvel.
Yes,
that's just an astonishing book. And of course, Ram, sorry, if I'm going to pronounce his name correctly. I mean,
at least Savage Shores is a phenomenal book. I mean, it's nominated a couple more times, deservedly so. It's just, I mean, it's such a powerful book, and Volta, an amazing company. I mean, they've been around for 4 years. It's amazing to think that in only 4 years, these people are, you know, they're punching, you know, well above their weight, if you like. They're putting out some phenomenal books.
I mean, it's safe to say that a number of these categories were incredibly close judged on this one. I will say that this was one of them.
Obviously, Green Lantern with Liam Sharp is also an amazing book.
Sure. And
the winner is, for Best Writer, Grant Morrison.
Excellent stuff. We should have a round of applause soundtrack. I mean, we should have lots of clapping there. Absolutely. As it happens,
we do have a fabulous acceptance video that comes straight from the man himself. And Maestro, if you could cue that up.
in your time.
Oh, do we have a sound issue here?
There you go. If there's a video that's going to start us off, there you go. That's definitely the one. Thank you very much indeed to Sir Sir Grant Morrison, aka. Excellent stuff. Well done, Grant. Congratulations to him. Tripwire Awards Best Writer. Okay, the next next set of nominees is for the category of Best Artist. Absolutely. Another close-knit collection of incredible talent for this year. Joel Jones, which certainly for a showcase work on Catwoman for DC Comics. Liam Sharp for the Green Lantern for DC Comics. Marco Cicchetto, Star Wars, and also Spider-Man for Marvel Comics. Stephanie Hans for Die for Image Comics. And Sanford Green for Bitterroot for Image Comics.
Another amazing list. All very talented people.
Astonishing lineup, isn't it?
Yes.
And the winner of Best Artist for Tripwire Awards 2020 is round of drum roll. There you go.
It's Joel
Jones. Incredible stuff. Unfortunately, we don't have a acceptance speech from Joelle, but we will make sure that we get her award to her.
And we congratulate her, a well-deserved choice, because she's a phenomenal artist. You say her work on Catwoman's been something else. Very talented, just going from strength to strength, really, as an artist.
Absolutely. Right. I'm just people are actually saying that they couldn't hear the video.
No.
So if you could, that's fair enough. I think what we'll do is then, I think I'm going to try and correct that. Right. So I think I know what the issue was, and I'm going to sort that out now. And we'll go back and we'll actually play that video again.
We will. I mean, it's, we've had a good start. Would you like me to carry on with Best Cover Artist while you amend that?
No, well, I mean, we're ready to go. I mean, if you want, I can very quickly go back and show that.
It's a very entertaining video. It's short but to the point, so I think it's
absolutely. We want to show that video.
We want to showcase Grant's unique talents.
Absolutely. So let's put that back on screen and try that again.
Welcome to the readers of Tripwire magazine. Grant Morrison is currently indisposed, but he's asked me to accept his award on his behalf. I'd like to thank every one of you, including Little Nelly, Goldfinger, and Scaramanga, for voting for him to be the best writer in Scotland, surrounded by midges, in the world. Good night, everyone.
That's more like it. Yes. There you go.
That's the scene very nicely for the awards.
Absolutely. There you go. And indeed, we've got Mick Gray saying Grant looks good. Well, yes.
He's always a very sort of smart-looking man, so he knows.
Absolutely. Right. It is our next category again. Then it is a Best Cover Artist.
So we have 5 very talented people. The first nomination is David Mack for various titles, including American Gods for Dark Horse. Far too many to mention. A very talented painter. The next nomination, Alex Ross for multiple Marvel titles and a number of DC books. Liam Sharp for The Green Lantern. Some very, very sharp, if you'll pardon the pun, covers. Jenny Frisson, again, a very talented artist. And finally, Jock, the master of composition, as this amazing Action Comics 1000 piece shows. And the winner is
Alex Ross.
Alex Ross. And sadly, Mr. Ross was unable to give us an acceptance video, but we'll be making sure that the statuette wings its way to him, and we just want to congratulate him, and we shall offer him our
bravo, Squire. Very, very much bravo.
So
right, this is a was this a we've introduced a couple of new categories this year. Was this a new one for this year? I believe it was.
It may well have been. I know I introduced 3 new ones because I wanted to broaden it out a little bit, and a couple of people pointed out that that the awards would have benefited from 2 or 3 new categories. So I think colorist might be new. I know editor is new.
Absolutely. So, Best Colorist, another bunch of incredible talents. Tamara Bavilion, Dave Stewart, Tamara for Wayward for Image Comics. Dave Stewart doing incredible work on Hellboy, but also we've got Image there from the Silver Surfer Black, which she did an incredible job on.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, Triona Farrell doing work on Hit Girl in Mumbai. This real vibrant color work that she did, as indeed the team said when they were talking about the book. It was something that smelled and felt like India. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Stone Vittorio for These Savage Shores.
Savage Shores just is a book which really comes to life on the page, and his colouring has been phenomenal. You look at that, just the richness of the tones and the different palettes, just incredible, really.
And Laura Allred, specifically for her work on Bowie for Insight Comics. And the winner for Best Colorist, Tripwire Awards 2020 is Dave Stewart. A very worthy winner. Congratulations, sir. In fact, I'm going to take a slurp for that. Excellent stuff.
As well.
As it happens, we'll take that slurp while we hear from the man himself.
Indeed.
Hey, Tripwire readers, this is David Stewart. I want to thank you for choosing me for Best Colorist. That's a really fantastic and wonderful award, and I appreciate the support, and it's always a surprise to me. But thank you very much.
Excellent stuff. Dave Stewart there. Tripwire Awards Best Cover Artist. Excellent. Colorist, sorry. Okay, it's all yours.
Okay, so now it's my turn for Best Letterer. Obviously, the letterer plays an integral part in comics, and these 5 are at the top of their craft. The first nomination is Aditya Bidikar. Again, just working on a lot of different titles. Tom Orzechowski, his work on the Green Lantern. Travis Lanham, again, a lot of different books for Image and for Boom. Again, a very impressive CV. Jim Campbell, again, another letterer whose work is seen far and wide across a number of different books. And finally, Clem Robbins, a veteran of comics lettering who's been around for many, many decades. And the winner is, drumroll, best letterer, is Tom Orzechowski, a man with a CV that goes back a long way. And sadly, we don't have a video from Tom because he was unable to get us a video, but we're making sure his statuette will be coming to him very shortly. And congratulations, that deserves a round of applause.
Absolutely. I mean, to myself, I would certainly add, if you haven't checked out Green Lantern from DC Comics from Grant. And
the lettering is something else.
It really is an incredible piece of work. Scott Dumbier saying, yay, Tom, congratulations.
Best new series?
New series sponsored by Ace Comics. Now, Ace Comics is a store of which I don't think I've actually put all of the locations up, because there's Southend-on-Sea and also Essex. But you say they've got another store as well?
You're a shop in Colchester. Their main shop is based in Colchester, and they've been around for many years. And the owner is somebody that I know quite well. But it's a great shop. It's a phenomenal shop. It's got a lot of great kind of local customers, and it's been around for many years. And they do a great job. And they are reopening. I believe the Southend is open today, and I think Colchester is opening in 2 weeks. So we wish them the best of luck, and it's a great place.
Absolutely. And you can find out more about Ace Comics at acecomics.co.uk. They're the sponsor for this particular category, Best New Series, which the nominations are Conan the Barbarian with Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Azra on Marvel Comics. Hellblazer, published by Black Label DC Comics and put together by Cy Spurrier and Aaron Campbell. Champions by Jim Zub and Stephen Cummings, published by Marvel Comics. Dying is Easy, Joe Hill and Martin Simmons partnering up for IDW Publishing. And The Plot, Michael Marisi, Tim Daniel, and Joshua Hickson for Vault Comics. And the winner for Tripwire Awards Best New Series is, drumroll, Conan the Barbarian. Excellent stuff. Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Azra for Marvel Comics. And as it happens,
we have a video of both of them.
Yes, we managed to have word from both of those particular names.
So here's Mahmoud first.
Hello there, this is Mahmoud Asrar. Working on Conan the Barbarian has been a very special experience for me. What made it even better was working on it with Jason Aaron and Matt Wilson. In that regard, it means a lot that our work is appreciated and that we are awarded for it. Crom may not care, but I do. So thank you very much.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much indeed, Mahmood. And like I
Jason
say,
Aaron himself.
Jason Aaron, who got a very last-minute video in. Thank you very much indeed to Jason.
Hey, this is Jason Aaron, writer of Conan the Barbarian. I just want to say thank you very much for this Tripwire Award. This book was really special for me. It was a long-time dream that I've wanted to write Conan since I was probably 12 years old, growing up reading those Robert E. Howard paperbacks over and over. So I'm super proud of how this story turned out, this series turned out. Thanks in large part to a really amazing art team, including our main artist, Mahmoud Asrar, and colorist Matt Wilson, and then our fill-in artist, Gerardo Zaffino, and cover artist, Esad Ribic, and everybody from Marvel, specifically our editor, Mark Basso, and editor-in-chief, C.B. Sobolski. So thank you to all of them for making this book happen. Thank you to all of you for this award. You will definitely see me doing more Conan in the future. I can't wait. But for now, I need to trim my beard.
Brilliant. Fantastic. And they both deserve
Thank you very much indeed to Jason getting that video in. Brilliant.
So congratulations to both of them.
Absolutely. Right. Next category is all yours. Joel,
So
take it away.
Is Best Publisher. And the nominations are IDW publishing some great books. Dark Horse Comics, again, an incredible line for a company that's been around for over 30 years. Boom Studios going from strength to strength seemingly every month. Ahoy Comics, again, some fabulous books. And TKO Studios. And
I mean, just to very quickly talk about those. I mean, I think the great thing about this particular lineup of publishing houses, it's not only the established, it's also the new bloods as well. The ones that are also taking some interesting methods and takes on how to actually get books in, and the reading styles. It's some new and challenging ways of doing that.
So definitely. So this is a great lineup, and as you say, we're very pleased that we managed to incorporate some new companies there.
Absolutely.
Indeed. So the winner is, drum roll, is Dark Horse Comics.
Excellent stuff. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the company. And we do have a video from its publisher and founder, Mike Richardson. So if you can cue that up.
Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, CEO and publisher of Dark Horse Comics. You know, we do our best here to make great comics and stories that will stand the test of time. We're lucky enough to work with some of the greatest talent from around the world. It's an honor to be recognized as Publisher of the Year, and on behalf of the creators who work with us and everyone here at Dark Horse, I want to thank the great people at Tripwire. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. I think it's safe to say that, I mean, what Dark Horse have been doing over the last year, I mean, they've been really kind of pushing boundaries left, right, and center. So it's very much a testament to the votes that came in. Don't forget, while we did put together the shortlists, it was all your votes. It was all the people who love comics.
Just to do with the members of the public, but things like something like Dark Horse was interesting. If you look at something like Black Hammer, which is a phenomenal book, which is spun out into a number of different series and has been picked up, if I'm right, for television and possibly film. It's a testament to Dark Horse. They've changed their line. They've had to adapt their line for a number of different reasons over the last few years. But they're an amazing company. They've adapted, evolved, and they do some amazing work. Yeah,
I think it's only fair to say we're raising a glass. First bunch. Let's raise a glass to the winners so far.
So we've had so far we're not finished yet. So
because come on, let's celebrate by getting slightly piddled. Okay, let's go to our next round and of incredible talents, and this is one that's actually sponsored by my own effort, sponsored by the Convention Collective, and it is Best New Talent. Just to explain what the Convention Collective is, it's a website that was originally designed to be a site predominantly for con news, which is a little bit niche in itself, but as it happens, it has grown to take on board a whole bunch of other avenues and interests. Sandbox, which is where our pop culture post lineup. Mark Serby has his own exclamation mark pages on the site, and I have my own An Englishman in San Diego blog, which has moved over to the Convention Collective. I put a number of quotes up on the site, but certainly the one that I always go to is this one that got sent to me, trying to explain a con to non-con people. I say it's like going to the mothership. We are missing the conventions this year, and we're missing. They will be back.
No question. It's only a temporary blip, and they'll be back. They'll be back, stronger than ever.
Absolutely. You can find out more at theconventioncollective.com. Right. Best New Talent. Like I say, it's an award that I wanted to definitely back because it is the new breed. It's the new generation of incredible talent.
Watching over the next few years. Is it my turn, of course?
It's mine. It's mine. Okay. My award. It's Georges Fournet, who is just
to work on Batman, who is a name already to watch. You can see him getting a regular book before too long, and his work is distinctive. It has the flavor of the classic while bringing something modern at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, the work he did on Batman is just phenomenal. Michael Morisi is a writer of some real promise. The work he's done on the plot shows that he has a real sense of tone and texture. Someone to definitely keep your eye out for. JP Onan is just someone who has impressed everyone who's seen his work. Very much someone, again, to keep an eye on. Beelzebubs is just a phenomenal book. Jacob Phillips, colorist, artist in his own right.
Book, I guess.
And if you have not checked out his work, his Eisner-winning work. I know he's in Best New Talent, but Eisner winner already. And Zoe Thorogood, who is just putting out personal, intense, and deeply emotional comics. Just a range of brilliant names who you are going to see further and faster and further over the course of the coming years. And the winner of Best New Talent for Tripwire Awards is, drumroll, is Georges Fournet. Excellent stuff indeed.
Sadly, he didn't get us a video in time, but we'll be making sure
he did.
Oh, he did?
He did.
Oh, it's all right. Sorry, it's been a long day.
Hi to everybody from Barcelona. I'm Jorge Fornes, and this is my studio. I'm working as always. I would like to say thank you for this award, and I'm very excited to receive it. Sadly, this year I have not been able to pick up in person, but I hope to have the chance to visit the festival in some next edition. Thank you very much again to the organizers and to all the people who have voted for me. And I have been in this job for a short time. It's a hard work, but you make it worthwhile. And I hope you continue enjoying my work for a long time. Thank you very much again, and big hugs for my friends to UK. See you soon.
Oh, fantastic. And not only that, but we heard at the beginning how to correctly pronounce his name as well, which is always a bonus. Yes. So there you go. Do check out his work. It really is phenomenal stuff. Absolutely. So yours, Joel.
Okay, so the next nominations for Best Original Graphic Novel. We had 5 to choose from. And the first nomination is Hilda and the Mounted King by Luke Pearson, published by Flying Eye Books. A great kids book. Bad Weekend by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips from Image. Again, another phenomenal book. Snow, Glass and Apples by Neil Gaiman and Colleen Doran from Dark Horse. Again, a very strong contender. Our Encounters with Evil by Mike Mignola and Warwick Johnson-Cadwell, published by Dark Horse Comics. And our final choice is Liebestrasse by Greg Lockard and Tom Fish from Comictology Originals. And the winner is, drum roll.
Drum roll, there you go.
Is Bad Weekend by Brubaker and Phillips from Image. It's the second Tripwire Award for Mr. Phillips, but it's certainly much deserved. And here is Sean's short thank you.
It is short as well.
But it's shortened.
Right, Bad Weekend won Best Original Graphic Novel this year's Tripwire Awards. Thanks from me, Ed Brubaker and Jake Phillips for all the votes.
And there you go, short but sweet.
He said we had to say, and again, much deserved. They do phenomenal work. They're just incredible, really.
Absolutely. Right, best collection. This is the best pulling together of already published material in exciting presentations, either with additional material in the way that the book has been put together in a physical form, just a celebration of the way that a publisher can really bring a collected work to life. Exactly. And the nominations are Judge Dredd, The Small House, put together by Rebellion Publishing. Bill Sienkiewicz for Revolution Volume 1, that massive tome published by 6 Foot Press. The Green Lantern by DC Comics. Some incredible behind-the-scenes work, which Liam shares in the back of that particular collection.
Yes.
These Savage Shores, a sumptuous book, which, quite frankly, this picture does not give credit for. The way Vault Comics put together, certainly the sleeve for it, absolutely astonishing. And the amazing Little Bird from Image Comics. Not only a great collection, putting some fantastic essays at the back of the book, but also just the book itself was groundbreaking for the last year. Yes. And the winner for Tripwire Awards 2020 Best Collection goes to Bill Sienkiewicz, Revolution Volume 1, of course, 6 Foot Press, Bravo Squire. And as it happens,
we have a
from
Mr. Sienkiewicz himself.
Indeed.
Hi, this is Bill Sienkiewicz in sunny, hot Los Angeles. Wanted to thank you all, Joel, everyone at Tripwire, everyone who voted for this incredible honor of Revolution as Best Art Book. It means a lot. It means a great deal, especially these days. It's always nice to be nominated, and you know, it really is. You know, of course, winning is nice, but I can't begin to thank you all enough. And I hope that you are all well and all safe, and your loved ones and family and friends are doing as well as could be expected, if not better, during this. And I'm glad that. Like if we were together in person, I would be thanking each one of you individually, and it would be, without a mask, maybe. Hopefully, at some point in the future, we can actually return to some kind of normalcy. But with mask or not, I think I'd stand out because it would probably have paint over it. Yeah, and I probably wouldn't be wearing my studio clothes. But then again, who knows? Anyway, thank you again, everybody. Be well, be safe, and to be continued. Thank you, everybody.
Excellent. Bill, congratulations. See you, sir. Glass raised. I mean,
very talented.
When they talk about it being a coffee table book, it's a massive piece of work, but it certainly showcases Bill's process. It's an incredible piece of work. Revolution Volume 1 from 6 Foot Press. Right, the next category is all yours, Joel. Take it away.
So we have Best Editor. We have 5 very talented people. And the first nomination is Karen Berger for her work on Berger Books. And then we have Brady Webb, who works for Panini, bringing a lot of Marvel's product to the UK. Shelley Bond, who's got a pretty impressive CV.
Legend.
Chris Ryle, head of IDW. Again, very impressive body of work. And finally, we have Mark Doyle, who works at DC, heading up their Black Label imprint. And the winner is, drum roll.
Roll.
Is Karen Berger. A legend. We do have a video.
Absolutely.
Hello out there. Thank you so much for this wonderful award. It's truly an honor to receive it. Thank you so much for voting for me. Thank you so much for reading Berger Books and supporting comics. Thank you so much to the writers and artists for their talent and creativity and whose work makes me look good. Thanks to Ray Boyadis, my assistant, for her wonderful help on these books. And thank you to Richard Bruning, graphic designer, art director, and my husband, who's been with me since the beginning, since before the beginning, in putting out these glorious books. Stay safe, everybody. Stay sound, stay strong, and support your local comic book shop. Take care.
Amen to that, Karen. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a shame that a couple of the books that she was putting out, it got tied up with a number of issues with their publishers.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the Seeds returning, because that was one of my favorite comics of the last couple of years. So looking forward to seeing what comes next from Karen and Burger Books.
Much deserved again. Another fabulous choice.
Indeed. Right, my turn. It's best comics related website and publication. This is a collection of sites, but also we have ourselves an entrant in here, which is very much physical based, which is panel by panel, which are starting to move into their one shots. So just incredible work from all of these.
Yes.
The first nominee is panel by panel. Newsarama getting itself into our shortlist. Down the Tubes, an incredible celebration of British talent. Comic Scene UK, a new name on the block, but certainly making itself known on the high street and in
last year's awards. So definitely.
Yeah. And Broken Frontier, a erstwhile celebrator of small and independent press, certainly here in the UK. Just very in depth in what they do to celebrate independent creators.
Yes.
And the winner of Best Comics Related Website or Publication for 2020 is Newsarama, garnering the most votes. Like I say, the shortlist may have been put together by us as judges, but it was all about the votes that were put forward. As it happens, we do have a word or two from Chris Arendt, who is, of course, the editor-in-chief of Newsarama.
Indeed.
Hello, everyone. We at Newsarama genuinely appreciate receiving this award and are very proud of the hard work that we did in 2019 that led us to be nominated and ultimately receive this honor. It's unfortunate that we couldn't all be together at Portsmouth Comic Con to celebrate this together, but we look forward to seeing everyone at future conventions and other events to celebrate comics. Newsarama is a real team, starting with editor-in-chief Mike Duran to staff writer George Marston, reviews editor David Papose, and all of our writers generally put in hard work in 2019 and here in 2020 that led us to be chosen by the judges and the readers. This year has been a trying time for all of us, and this award has been a bright spot everyone here genuinely cherishes. To all of our readers, the Tripwire Awards judges, and the comic creators, publishing staffs, and other people within the comic industry that support us, thank you for reading our work, and we look forward to continuing that in the future.
Excellent stuff, and very much deserved. Chris is watching. I
just wanted to let him know, which is fantastic. So
yeah, I'm certain that he'll pass the word on. Right, we're now into two categories which are kind of linked and sponsored by Knockabout Comics. We'll start with Best Small Press Independent UK. Just to very quickly, I mean, I don't know if you want to do this actually, Joel. Talking about Knockabout.
Well, Knockabout have been around for a hell of a long time, been publishing all manner of great British indie comics. You know, they've been around for decades, since the 1970s, and publishing Hunt Emerson's work and a load of other great stuff. And they're a stalwart of the British independent scene. I mean, publishing Alan Moore, as it says there, Robert Crumb, Hunt Emerson, Eddie Campbell, everybody. They're a regular fixture of UK comics.
And you can find out more, of course, at knockaboutcomics.com. Right then, take it away, sir. It is Best Small Press Independent. Go for it.
Okay, and the first nomination is Self-Made Hero, a great company that do graphic novels. They do translations and some other stuff. But they're a phenomenal company. Time Bomb, great British indie company. They do a lot of kind of historical stuff. Action UK, another great British company. Unbound, they do an interesting mix of graphic novels. And finally, we have BHP Comics, Flying the Flag for Scotland, with some very interesting product. And the winner is, drum roll, Small Press Independent UK, is London-based Self-Made Hero.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to them. We have a video from Emma, who runs the company. Maestro, if you'll cue that up.
Thank you, Tripwire Magazine. I'm Emma Haley. I founded Self-Made Hero in 2007. That's 13 years ago. And Self-Made Hero is what it is today thanks to the amazing authors, artists, editors, designers, proofreaders, and my great colleagues over the years and now. And yeah, it's just great to hear some good news, you know, right now when there's so much bad news. So again, thank you so much. I'm really grateful for making Self-Made Hero UK Independent Publisher of the Year. Thank you.
Well, congratulations. And we'll move on. I'll do the next category as well, if you like.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Small Press Independent US, auto-sponsored by Knockabout. Again, we have five very strong contenders. The first nomination is TKO Presents, great line of books. Dynamite Editions, some very strong licensed titles. Drawn and Quarterly, another very established indie American publisher, or Canadian, I should say. Humanoids, again, doing some very interesting titles. And then the final nomination is Vault Comics. Well, we need to say no more. I mean, phenomenal company. And the winner is, drum roll.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, is Vault Comics. I mean, much deserved. Great company.
Absolutely.
Acceptance video from them.
Yeah, we do. Indeed, we have something a little bit special as well at the end as well.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Damian Wassel, publisher of Vault Comics.
And I'm Adrian Wassel, editor-in-chief of Vault Comics.
And we're honored to accept the 2020 Tripwire Award for Best U.S. Independent Publisher.
But the honor really goes to all the amazing creators that make our books possible. Thank you guys for being so awesome.
And so thank you to Tripwire, thank you to all of our creators, thank you to everybody else at Vault who makes these books possible, and thank you to the fans.
Thanks, guys.
And a bit of a happy dance as well.
A little bit of twerking. Well, I guess you can't beat that.
Oh, well done, chaps. Congratulations indeed to them. Right.
One left. The Roll of Honor.
We have indeed. This I'll leave entirely to you to explain as well what the Roll of Honor really is all about.
Of course. Well, the Roll of Honor is just a chance for us to commemorate people who've had many years in the industry and to say to them, or just to thank them for their years of work, you know, putting so much into the industry. So these are veterans. You know, these are people who've been around for many decades, working in either UK or US comics, working as either an editor or a writer or an artist. And as I said, just thanking them, you know, for their years of work, really. So
we have ourselves a bunch of people that have been nominated for the Roll of Honor this year. Well, of course, we might as well take the time to thank our sponsor. Go for it.
Indeed. So the nominations for the Roll of Honor for 2020 are Mike Mignola, Joe Kubert, Pat Mills, Alex Ross, P. Craig Russell, Alan Moore, Dave Gibbons, Louise Simonson, and Eric Stevenson. And the Roll of Honor, you misspelled, I'm afraid.
Which one?
Roll of Honor's got 2 L's. It's Roll of Honor.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But the Roll of Honor.
I can't believe you're pointing that out for me. Thank you.
Spelled correctly. We've chosen 2 people. The first one is Mike Mignola for his amazing work as creator of Hellboy. I mean, what a phenomenal artist. I mean, his body of work is incredible. Starting work as a Marvel artist and then moving on and, you know, creating his own niche. And, you know, I can't think of anybody else like Mignola currently in comics. I mean, the man's he's amazing.
Absolutely.
We're very lucky. We have an acceptance speech from Mike himself. So, Maestro, if you'll cue that.
Thank you, Joel, and anyone and everyone else involved in giving me this award. Apparently, it's an award for my career, which means I'm getting an award for me just being me, which is the last thing on earth I ever thought I'd get awards for. So thank you very much.
So congratulations for the first one, and we have a second choice.
Like I say, just to correct the wording, I mean, if you're going to correct me on Roll of Honor, I'm going to correct you because you did say that the Mike Mignola we chose. We didn't choose.
We didn't choose. No, sorry, the voters chose.
Yeah, absolutely. And the winner, the next recipient of the Roll of Honor for this year is
is none other than Alan Moore, again, a man who sort of needs no introduction, the writer of, and creator of Watchmen, Legion of Gentlemen, V for Vendetta, with an amazing CV, you know, who arguably changed comics.
Now, as it happens,
we don't
have it. No, we don't.
Have Alan Moore, but unfortunately, we don't have anything. But we'll make sure that he gets the statuette, and we just like to congratulate him for being picked by our voters as our second choice. You know, last year I think we had Walter Simonson. I think we had Bill Sienkiewicz last year as well. So the point and the role of honor is to populate it with people who've put so much into the industry in their decades of work, and we just wanted to reflect that and to put something and give them something back, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much indeed to all of our incredible recipients for the 2020 awards. Joel, have you got any last words?
Well, I'd just like to thank everyone for watching this and everyone for voting. And I'd like to thank Ollie and yourself and Tim for helping us to put the nominees together. It has been an unusual ceremony, but I'd like to think hopefully went off quite well. And thank you for co-hosting it. And we'll see everybody next year. And thanks for watching. And yes, no, it's a shock, Dan, isn't it?
I know. Heaven knows we tried.
We were thinking of having a man in a dark room with a mumble voice saying, but we decided that we weren't going to do that. So we'd like to thank everyone for voting, congratulate all the winners, and congratulate all the nominees. And we're going to be starting work on the next awards very shortly. So thanks again, and thanks for watching, and thanks for voting.
Absolutely. Take care. Thank you very much indeed. Enjoy the rest of your evening. From us, we will be back with the Tripwire Awards 2021 as things return to some kind of normality next year. From us, from myself.
Before we go, I have to plug that people can go to tripwiremagazine.co.uk for all of their comics genre and TV and film features, news, interviews, and of course you can go to the conventioncollective.com for all of your convention needs. I'd like to thank Leonard, and I'd like to thank everyone for watching. And it's been a fun hour, and we'll see everyone soon.
Absolutely. Take care. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
We'll see you soon.
Take care.